one of the busiest of the lot and joins us now. Sammy, do you want to put a clock on so you can only be here for a couple of minutes so you can race off because your phone's...
Yeah, I might have to dash off there because I am actually on my phone, so my WhatsApps are just going.
Sammy, in terms of, we'll come on to the specific deals in just a moment, but I'm fascinated how your life works during this period. I know that sounds a really stupid question, but you're married, you've got kids, and every time anyone ever sees you, I think you're on the phone. And now you're coming on here having to speak to us idiots. Sorry about that. Yeah. What is the window actually like? Like a day-to-day, does your life just go on hold?
That's like a dagger to the heart, Kelly. Because literally, my kids said, I'm at home, and my kids always say, "Daddy's always on. Daddy's always on his phone, mummy. Daddy's always on his phone, mummy." So he's a killer. So you just thanks for that.
At least you can say you're working.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. You've got an important job. That's what you need to say to them.
Someone to save my ass.
Yeah, but it's the life of a journalist is a football journalist during a transfer window is you're kind of on duty from the minute you wake up till the minute you go to sleep, and sort of when you're sleeping is your only lull. So you literally, you'd be on the school run, taking the kids to school or taking sort of the kids to the nursery, and something might drop on your phone, and you've immediately got to kind of engage, even though you've got the kids in the car, trying to get them away. You go on holiday. We went to Greece for a couple of weeks, and you just can't. It's impossible to switch off during the window. So I'm on the sun lounger, just texting.
Surely you write to the kids' school and say, "Sorry, I know I'm not allowed to take them out when it's not the summer holidays, but I'm a journalist. You've got to give me some grace here."
Yeah, no. Listen, they understand it. Like the kids understand it, and the family. Well, I don't know if the kids do, but thankfully my missus used to before she's doing what she's doing now. She used to be a journalist.
Okay.
So she kind of understands it to a point, but I think she draws the line at me being on the sun lounger in Greece, being on the phone. I think that was where it nearly kicked off and exploded. Yeah.
Sammy, do you ever get to a point where you're getting so close to breaking a story, then somebody like Ornstein or Romano breaks it first?
Are they like your rivals?
All the time. No, but I don't really know. I don't really know Fabrizio. I've only met him a couple of times, but I'm mates with David, as I know David. So listen, we're all vying for the same stories, but those two are excellent operators, and we all sort of, you win some, you lose some, right? You get some stories and you miss out on others, and there've been loads of times where I thought I've had an exclusive story. It doesn't have to be a transfer story, any story, but you press the button to send it to the office, so they can put it online or put it in my previous job as a newspaper journalist, can put it in the paper for the next day. And then lo and behold, sort of 10 minutes later, you go on Twitter and someone else has done the story, and
that's where it must be so difficult now with social media and that as well. It's obviously, I suppose that helps in some ways, but also from your point of view, that's
people can just make up anything and put it on social media though as well.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, you've got to trust. Yeah, it's hard to. You can't take stuff on social media too seriously. But then equally, there are some excellent sources there are some excellent accounts on X that have genuine and accurate information. So you've got to respect every source.
It has been a bit of a bonkers window so far, so let's just talk about some of the deals that we're looking out for on this final day of the transfer window.
It's crazy. I mean, we're still thinking about where Mark Gahey's going to be.
Yeah, go on, Sammy. That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's moving. If I was a betting man now, I think that deal has got a very good chance of happening. So Palace will sign Toulouse defender JD Canbot. That deal's pretty much done as we speak now. They're looking to get another one, a more experienced one, over the line. They were trying to get Joe Gomez on loan as part of the Guehi deal, but with Ibrahima Konaté tonight getting injured and Joe Gomez coming on and playing well, I just wonder if that has changed the dynamic. Liverpool have said that he wasn't available on a loan, right? I think there was an element this afternoon where Liverpool might have been thinking about changing their minds to facilitate that Guehi deal, but having watched the Liverpool game, Konaté coming off and Gomez coming on and actually doing quite well, or doing well, seeing the game out, there's a part of me that wonders now if Arnie Slot says, actually, no, we don't want him to go and we want him to stay, which would then mean Liverpool Palace need to find another central defender before letting Guehi go. But I think they'll get one because they can. I think that they've got a few irons in the fire, but that might be one now that drags into deadline day.
Okay, we've had a lot of chat on this podcast, which won't surprise you, about Manchester United and also about the goalkeeper situation. There could be potentially some good news for United fans on that front.
Yeah, so they've been linked with obviously Emi Martinez from Aston Villa, who isn't in the squad tonight, from what I understand, for their game. So he's not involved. And there's also a goalkeeper at Bruges, whose name escapes me now.
Lemens, is it Saint Lemens?
Lemens, that's it, Lemens. Yeah, that they've been talking to. So look, I think it's an area that clearly needs strengthening. They won against Burnley on the Saturday, but Bayern's performance that day was, to me, illustrated just how deeply they need a new goalkeeper. So it hasn't surprised me that 24 hours after that game that United have appeared to sort of ramp up their chase for a new goalkeeper. I think they'll get one of those two, either Martinez or Lemens over the line by Monday.
Wayne, what are you hearing on that one, or what do you think will happen?
I'm hearing the same as you. Yeah.
What would you like to happen from Manchester United?
No, I think Martinez is obviously a top goalkeeper, and I think if that could happen, then that'd be great. I think him or Donnarumma for me would be fantastic acquisition. I think it's clear they need a goalkeeper. I think it's every game we seem to be talking about mistakes or the goalkeepers not filling the defence with confidence. So yeah, I think it's hopefully over the next 24 hours. I think Martinez would be the one who would really improve them a lot. So it'd be nice to see.
Yeah,
him.
right.
Okay, agree.
Do you know what?
I was expecting some excitement then.
Do you know what I think? Look, I think they're gonna. Anything's an improvement on Bayendir and Onana, but I think Emi Martinez is quite prone to some of those mistakes as well. You saw the last game of the season last year as well. I mean, when he was it was at Old Trafford and he came out and got sent off because he was trying to charge at Højlund, and it was things like that just. I don't know. It doesn't strike me with confidence, especially when Aston Villa don't want him as well. It's interesting. Why don't they want him?
PSR maybe as well. I don't know. Who knows? We haven't got anyone that can answer that question on this show, I don't think. Sammy, we'll let you go. The WhatsApps are probably going crazy. Enjoy the next 24 hours or so if you can. Are you going on holiday after?
Not sure enjoy is going to be the right word, Kelly.
Survive.
Yeah, we'll survive the next 24 hours for sure.
Yeah, and then you can go back and see your wife and kids if they remember you. Thanks, Sammy. That was Sammy Mockbell in the know. All things transfers for BBC Sport. Wayne, I just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of other things that we've seen. We've seen a lot during this window of players coming out and kind of making statements. Like Whistle was the latest one. We saw it earlier we've heard from Alexander Isak on social media as well. How would you deal with that as a manager? Because that to me feels really tough. I felt so sorry for Eddie Howe during this window being asked about it all the time, but it seems like a bit of a phenomenon at the moment.
Yeah, I think it depends on the time. I done it when I asked to leave Manchester United, and I released a statement, and when I went in and apologised for releasing that statement, and the reason I apologised really was the timing of it. It was before the Champions League game, when I released the statement, and that's not me. I wouldn't do anything to affect the players on the pitch, and so that's why I apologised. But I think now it's so easy for players to release statements or put something up on the social media accounts, and
Nice.
I just think there's ways to handle things now, and like Wissa doing it 24 hours before the deadline, I think is crazy. This has been going on all summer. why not come out and just speak then? Instead of release a statement, release a video early on in the window and say, listen, there's a good opportunity to move on. If that can happen, it works, great. If not, I'll do everything I can for Brentford.
That's where we'll leave it. We'll be back again on Friday. Kay, you gigging this week?
I start my tour this week, so yeah, I'll be in Oxford Thursday night, and then I'm all around the UK. So you're probably going to see me on a few podcasts in a dressing room somewhere in a theatre around the UK. Yeah.
Look forward to it. Tickets still available, yeah?
Yeah, kcurd.com.
Wayne, how's your week looking?
It's kids back to school midweek this week, so.
Are you looking forward to that?
It's been long, yeah. So got a couple of days with them, one fishing trip and one football session tomorrow with them, and then back in school on Thursday.
Do you do the school run, Wayne?
Yeah, of course.
You have to think about that.
Why? What do you think?
No, I thought Colleen might do it. I don't know. I was like,
no, we both do it. Yeah, I do most of picking up. She does most of dropping off. Nice.
Exclusive here on the Wayne Rooney
There you
Show.
go. Put that in your newspapers, journalists.
A reminder, you can get all those kind of exclusives on the Wayne Rooney Show, which is available on the BBC Sport YouTube and iPlayer. You can also listen on BBC Sounds. Tune in on Friday to hear about Wayne's fishing trip.
I really hope that listening to YouTube is not appearing on my screen.
It's difficult, and obviously to sit here and say 100%. I don't think anyone could do that. I don't think Ruben Amorim would probably say that himself with what we've seen over the since he's been at the club. But I think the recruitment has been good in the summer. I still want to see 2 or 3 more players be brought in. I'd like to see that. But yeah, it's difficult to say, right, this is going to be our manager for the next 5 years on what we've seen, and we'd love to see him turn that round. And listen, and sometimes we might be going too quick on this because Manchester United brings a lot more attention. It's only 2 games into the season, but Kay said it before, the worrying sign is we're seeing things what we were seeing last season, and that's a concern. I would like to have hoped that all mistakes and players walking and easy to play against at times would have been gone, but today that was a bit of a worry.
The one good positive is they all look fitter and they all look like they could run a lot more. So if we enter all the players into the London Marathon, we might have a shot at winning that.
It's April, so we've got a bit of time to get them completely ready as well. Okay, well, that was a nice light start thanks to Manchester United. Let's try and move on to one of your other former clubs. Much better day, Wayne, for Everton. I know originally you were hoping to be there. You haven't been very well this week, so you weren't able to be there at the big opening, but it looked incredible, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, and obviously a lot of family and friends at the game today, and you're just hoping that the football didn't ruin it. That was what you hope. Please get off to a good winning start. There's so many positives around the stadium, and all different new gadgets around the stadium, which I'm sure we'll start to see around the country over the next few years. But I think the most important thing was when the team go out onto that pitch and try and win the game, and listen, Everton went at the best today, but they got the win, a good win against a difficult team to play against in Brighton. So no, I think overall, after losing the first game of the season, getting the first win at the stadium was so important, because what you don't want to do is drag on, and then over the next 3, 4, 5 weeks you're still trying to get that first win. And so I think today's result was massive.
Go on, Kay. I know Kay's desperate to not talk about football. He wants to talk about the way you get your food and drink at the stadium, because when we came on the call, that was the first thing he said. Did you see how you get a beer at the stadium? Go on.
Yeah, no, I saw the self-serving pints machine. I thought that was amazing.
All the important stuff.
Yeah, I was like, they've got the best stadium in the country now. Like that, it looked insane. The way people were getting it. I thought it was a nice little touch. But I was impressed with the atmosphere. I thought, being a new stadium, a lot of people probably don't know where they're sitting. Like, friends might have been, separated and that sort of stuff. But it looked like the atmosphere was amazing as well.
The fans made a conscious effort to make sure that was the case, because I think we've seen in new stadiums in the past that as you said, the atmosphere is a bit flat and then you're still holding on to obviously the previous stadium and moving from Goodison where it was always a good atmosphere. I think the fans really, made the conscious effort to make sure that it was a bang straight away. And from listening, obviously watching on TV, listening to Z cars and then the images of the stadium, above the stadium, right on the Mersey and stuff, and then it cuts into the stadium, the fans are all there with the singing and the atmosphere looked great. So no, I think the fans played a massive part today in making it a historic day for the club. What I like is it's not like if you look at the Emirates, which is a lovely stadium, it's just the same the whole way round, and this has got a bit more character. One end is a bit different to the other end behind the goal, and it just gives you that little bit of twerkiness, which makes it a little bit different and stand out, I suppose.
Before we move on, we spoke about him on the first pod, I think it was, Wayne. Jack Grealish, someone that you know well. You said it was a brilliant move, him going to Everton. He looked mega up for it today, and he produced, didn't he? Yeah,
he did, and I think obviously getting the 2 assists on his home debut, first start was great for him, but I really liked, I think the first few minutes of the game when there was an opportunity for him to get the full-back, and the full-back tackled him, and he come back and he put an aggressive tackle in, won the ball back, and you could see the reaction from the crowds. The crowds all up on their feet, and they're big moments. They create the atmosphere at stadiums, and from there he obviously worked his way into the game, got his 2 assists, which I think is good for him because it'll give him a lot of confidence. Well, he hasn't played a lot of football of late, and to get that game in his belt and 2 assists, I think that'll only benefit him and obviously Everton moving forward.
Okay, so not a great weekend for United, really good weekend for Everton, even better weekend arguably for Spurs. What a win at Manchester City. Did you see that one coming, Wayne?
I think what I'm really liking, what I'm seeing about Tottenham and Thomas Frank is you can clearly see he's absolutely drilled him in getting the basics right, and a bit more than Manchester United before, and the basics are right, it becomes very difficult, and they do everything right, and whether that's pressing high up the pitch or defending deep, staying as compact as they can to try and make it difficult for teams to play against them. They're getting all the basics right.
You speak French?
I've been really impressed with the start Thomas Frank has made at Tottenham, and the buy-in from the players. We talk, sometimes we say players don't buy into a new manager's.
I don't know you. Sorry.
I didn't
the
speak
players
French.
have all bought into what he wants, and
Sorry,
that
but
helps when you win games. But I think it's quite refreshing to see him.
I saw, I think Jed Spence was on Instagram saying, "Bring your favourite winger." Like they're all hyped up and they're confident, and they've all bought into that system. It's amazing.
Ruff. You're dead. Just like rape. One team left. Three left. And they're fighting each other. One left. Rip.
Wah, gue sih bang. Wah, gue sih.
I'm taking on an entire team. Kill three of them. All four.
Wah, wow ni. Oh, tancap mau pakai aja dia.
Oh, the dreaded misses.
Ôi dồi ôi. Malu wah. Bạn nào phải chia cùng bao luôn mà. Ya.
I'm getting fucked.
Oh. Như vậy bộ. Oh. Oh. Good. Như vậy chứ. Dia berkira mo. Di benar dia aku balu mo. Kau pegang gitu. Mau berfikir mu. Aku dah mau ni boleh enggak boleh.
Sounds like a fucking Godzilla reacts, mate.
Pah!
I'm taking on 3. I'm gonna lose.
Match
I
though.
died. Get me. Come get me. Revive me. Okay, that's me dead.
White, this is white.
I think Storm killed him. Get fucked. I'm being pushed hard. Get out the fucking... Okay, I'm gonna die. No, I have ammo. Really help.
Wait. Take back out. Take back out.
I killed 2. Nice.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
I've been streaming all these wins on YouTube. I not to. Cool. Oh! Oh, 1 health! Motherfuck.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
you.